Esta conferencia comenzará a grabarse.
Well, okay. First, before I continue with the training, I send you on Friday the chat in multi-language. I finished the chat, so you can now have it in multi-language. I also finished the bot example also in multi-language. Okay, I send you the new flow with all the dialogues in English, in Spanish. Here I put something new called normalize. In Spanish, we have accents, okay? So here I'm removing the accents, and then I'm doing the arrows with the option in English or the option in Spanish, okay? Here and here, okay? So I send you this example for you to have it, okay? It's finished, okay? Great.
Thank you.
Okay, so today we're going to review the web designer also, but to develop web forms, interaction web forms. These web forms are available for the agent to manage the interaction that he's having. So for example, let's say that I want a form for my agent to be able to save the city of my contact, the gender, the date of birth, information that I have to save related to the interaction that I am having, okay? So for example, let's see what we can do. I'm going to go to the web designer and I'm going to create a here. I'm going to create a contact center integration. Okay. I'm going to start one new. Let's call it example form. You will give me a minute because this is in Spanish. Wait. I need to log in. Training. Oh, okay. Okay, great. I'm going to remove this. Great. Okay, so to start a contact center integration, a web form that an agent will use to manage interactions In this particular type of web designer, we don't have screens. Okay, everything is doable from scratch. Okay, so I can add screens, but they don't have a specific order. Okay, on libraries, I can use CSS or JavaScript is the same. And in data sources, I will have these types of data sources, okay? The reporting system storage is the reporting data. Remember, the reporting data goes to Cassandra, okay, to our Cassandra, okay? I can connect to an SQL if I want to save those interactions on a SQL table, for example, okay? And I will have two data sources that are inConcert data sources. inConcert interaction is the data source that contains everything related to the interaction. Okay, let me create a new interactions. Okay, so what this data source has, for example, the ID, the virtual CC, the campaign, the account, the attention level, the type. Okay, I can have all this information regarding the interaction. This data source will have all the information regarding my interaction, okay? inConcert contact will have all the information regarding my contact, okay? What information? The contact ID, the name, the external ID, the company, the creation date, and so, okay? But also I can choose an SQL server for maybe storing my information there, okay? So in order to you to understand, let me do an example, okay? Let's say that I have my call and I want to save information regarding that call, okay? Let's say I'm going to here create I want to create maybe name. I'm going to put here full name, okay? I'm going to put here okay. If you want to, you can copy and paste. I didn't paste. Okay, let me see. Something. Okay. Okay, let's say I want to store the full name. I want to store city. I want I want to store here address or telephone. Let's see, let's put here telephone, email, city, and I want to put here comments. Okay, let's say I want to store this information, okay? And I want to have a button here, yes, named save. I'm going to put here bold, and I'm here to put an icon. Okay. Okay, but where I'm going to where I'm going to store this information, okay? Let's first, for this example, save it in my reporting system storage in Cassandra, okay? And let's put a name, reporting data. Okay. So what I want to store, full name, telephone, email, city, and comments. Okay. So let's create fields for each one. Full name. Sorry, full name. Telephone. Email. City. And comments. Okay, great. So if I want to store everything on my reporting system, I'm going to say here, every input has his data source and field where he's going to store the information. So I will put here, store this in reporting data, full name. In reporting data, sorry, telephone. In reporting data, email. In reporting data, city. And in reporting data, comments. Okay, and what this will button do? Buttons has also a data source and an action. For example, preview, next, refresh, export, new. New will be creating a new object on reporting data. Save, cancel, edit, search using, add using. Okay, I want first the save. Okay. Okay, I want you to look what this does. Okay, let me put a background on this form. I'm clicking the background. Okay, I want a light gray. Okay, no, I want a lighter gray. Okay, let's go back and let me search for my campaign. Where do I have a? Here I have a. Okay, support telephony. Okay, I have here the 800. Okay, let's open my test phone. Okay, wait a minute because I'm not connected to this peer. Okay, But first, I want to add this web form to the campaign. Here on Sys integration is where you are going to enable that form, okay? Example 4 will open you the default form. Here is index, okay? But if you have more than one screen, you can choose here the exact screen. For example, index 2, index 3, index 4. Okay, I want to open this. Okay. Override action finished. By checking this box, you will be disabling the action and interaction from the web agent. Instead, the agent must complete selected form in Save to order the finished interaction. Okay. I am not putting this because for now, I don't have anything regarding interaction here. Okay. So let me confirm this and let's call my campaign. Sorry. Okay, I'm calling the campaign. Okay. And I want to see myself available. Okay. Great. So what happens when I assign this form? I hear with my interaction, this is an interaction in telephony, but I can use this also in chat. I see now my form here. Okay. Oops. Let me put this as multi-line. Okay. If you do a change while you are developing, you can here click on the right button and put reload frame for this to reload. Okay. Okay. I now see it multi-line. Okay. So let's do my first try. Okay. I will put here Laura Libretti. My telephone is, let's say, my email is, my city is. Okay. So what happens if I end the call and I save here? He will give me data saved successfully. Okay. I'm going to wrap up here and set something to the interaction. Sorry. Okay. Where is that data store? Remember, if we are using the report survey, the report data, sorry, we're storing this information here. Guys, can you give me 5 minutes, please? I'll be right back. 5 minutes, please.
Okay, take your time.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you. Okay, so if I want to export this information or see where I'm storing this information, I need to create a report to this data. Okay, so form data. Okay, form data. This will be a detail regarding the conversation front end integration type, web chat project, web call project, backend integration. Sorry. This is a CCI, contact center integration project. Okay. My example for when I do this, he already knows. Let me put, yeah. No, let me put, yeah, I will put this because conversation type is optional. Okay, here is where I'm going to have my fields, my full name, my email, my telephone, my city, and my comments. Okay, let's put some other stuff regarding the campaign, right? Account agent. I have here first agent and last agent. Let's put here attention time. You can take all the fields that you want. Okay. This position tree path and this position code. And I would like to see also the ender. Okay, let's say these are my fields. Okay. So if I go here to my report custom and I here put execute, do you see campaign support, account support, telephone, start date and end date, full name, Laura Libretti, email, telephone, city, and comments. Okay, so I'm storing this information here, okay, on Cassandra. Okay, what happens if you want to store this information, for example, in SQL? Okay, if you want to do that, you just need to modify the data source where you are saving this. Okay, and I am just doing another index for you to see. Okay, I'm going to add a new item. I'm going to add a form, and I am going to put here index SQL. Okay, and I'm going to put here an example. Okay, but first I need an SQL, right? Let's go to an SQL. I have here on this environment an SQL. Okay, I'm going to copy this exact information. I'm going to click here, copy, and I'm going to put here paste. Okay, I'm going to put here a light blue. Okay, correct. Okay, I'm here going to open an SQL. Okay, obviously the i6 server needs to have connection to that SQL, right? Okay, I already know this server has connection to the SQL. Okay, so I'm going to create something here. Okay, so let's say, for example, I have this dev database. Okay, remember that we use this for the idea report. So let's say I now want a new table. Okay, what do I want to store in this table? I want to store this information: full name, telephone, email, city, and comment. Okay. Okay, remember in SQL, we have to be very careful regarding the length of the field. Okay, so for example, if here I'm putting 500, please make sure here you put a max length for avoiding errors like this data will be truncated and so, okay? But what happens here? Obviously, if I insert the information here, what do you think I am missing? Here on Cassandra, I don't have any issue because inConcert already knows or is already managing how to relate this information to the interaction, right? But here in SQL, maybe or obviously I need to do something else for that. Maybe, or I'm pretty sure, I need to store the ID of the interaction. What do you think? Because that ID will let me relate this record to any record on the platform, right? Okay. So the ID, the conversation ID, is something you will need to store for do that relationship. Okay, I'm going to store this table to save this table. Form data. Okay, I'm going to call it the exact same way. Okay. Okay, I already have my table. So how can I send information to that? Okay, well, the first thing I need to do is create my data source to the SQL server. Okay. Okay, I will click SQL Server. Why this is a combo? We are already working on the integration with MySQL. Okay, so right now we have SQL Server data source, but we are currently working with MySQL. Okay, here we'll put the IP. 100. Let's see. 6162. Yes. Okay. Here is the default port for SQL. Username, I will use my username. And database, which database is dev. Okay. When I do this, he's going to connect to the objects. Okay, what do I want to create? Form data. And here I have to put a name to my data source. I will also put here form data. Okay. Okay, great. And how will I send the information? Let's change this to form data. Form data. This is not changing because we have the exact same information in form data. I'm going to change my button to save form data. Okay. Do we want to try this? Let's try it. Okay. Let me go to the configuration, administration, support, sys integration, and let's change this to index SQL. Okay. Confirm. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I haven't set ID null because first I want you to see how we store the information. Okay. I'm going to dial. Okay, now you see we have the other one. We changed it on the configuration and now we're showing this index SQL. The other one is in gray. This is in light blue. Okay. Okay, I'm going to end this call and I'm here going to save John Smith telephone. What happens if I click save? I'm going to store data save successfully. Let's see. Do we have the info here already? Yes. Do you see that we stored information here? And obviously, we did not store the information here on reports, right? No, we didn't. Or obviously, wait, I need to first wrap up this interaction, okay? I will put here license, okay? And I will wait a few seconds to take this. Okay, let's see. Okay, do you see that we are not storing the information? Because I didn't store anything on the reporting server, reporting data, okay? So now let's go to the next step. How can we store the information in Cassandra and SQL? That will be interesting, right? Because maybe I want to store the data on Cassandra to set up a report for my client, this information, but I also want to store that information in SQL because I want to develop an automation, a dashboard, whatever. How can we achieve that? Well, obviously, by the design, we cannot do that because for each, I have one. I have one data source to work with. But remember, on the code, we can do plenty of stuff. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try a third form where I'm going to save in Cassandra and in SQL. But first, how can we send this ID? I want to delete this because I have nothing with the ID. the full name, the telephone, email, city, and comments by itself without relating that to a interaction and inConcert, it just doesn't work, okay? Because you don't know which interaction that is, okay? I am also adding design, yes, I am adding a time stamp on this table, okay? Date, time, okay? And obviously I want to put my ID as a primary key, okay? Sorry, this is not going, okay. Obviously, so now I need to send that because this cannot be null, okay? So how can I send the ID? Okay, let's review this first, okay? So I was telling you we can have an interaction all this field, okay? And I want you to see first, I'm going to put here self on ready. This is the event when the forms loads function. Okay, let me look for the okay. I will log the interactions. Great. Remember that if I want to have my current row for the data source, I need to put the name of the data source and the method row. This will give me the current record, okay? Interactions, that row will give me the current record on interactions, okay? Remember, if I, in the code, ask for a data source, we saw this on Friday, I need to have something related to that data source here, okay? So if I don't have nothing with just a label that it's hidden, visible here, I can interactions. I will just put here interactions, okay? Let's see what happens if I print this on the console, okay? Let's see. I'm going to open here the console. Let's put it in other screen, okay? Okay, let me call. Okay. Did you see here my interaction? Here, do you see it? This is my object interactions. What do I have on interactions? Every field that it's defined here. ID, virtual CC, UC account, agent. Well, this is in this order because this is in alphabetical order. But you see here the ID, the virtual CC, the campaign, the account, the attention level, and so, okay? I can see here agent training. This is our agent, right? The caller ID, this is the address. Campaign support, okay? Contact, this is the contact, and so, okay? So I want, for example, the ID, okay? Obviously, right now I do have, or I already know that if I put here, I have the ID, right? But I want to save that information to SQL. So we can achieve, for example, with this button, I'm going to name this button save, okay? I can set button save that before click. Why not on click? Because the on click is already set here, okay? So I have to put before click. And what I will do on the before click, I am going to do this. I'm going to set form data dot set. The set method allows me to set a item within the data source, okay? So the set method has two parameters, the item, the row, the field, and the value, okay? So for example, I want to, let's open this. What's the field? ID, okay? So I will put here ID. And what's the value? Interactions dot row dot ID. So what I'm saying here is, before doing the save, set the ID with this value. And then obviously do the onClick, and what's the onClick doing? The save, okay? Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, I'm going to reload this. Sorry, reload frame. Okay, remember, if you have an error on the code, maybe you put a comma wrong, something syntax error, this won't load. Okay, and obviously you will see the error here. So use always the inspector on your browser to look for errors. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is the other. Okay, so if I empty the log, you will see here. Okay. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to end the call, and I'm going to put something here. John Smith. This is the cell phone. Okay, I'm going to click save, and I'm going to have data saved successfully. Do you see they already saved this?
Yes.
Great,
But
great.
so it's replacing the old record.
How replacing? No, I deleted the old record. I deleted. This is a new insert, okay?
Okay. So
So
one
you
question,
can,
Laura, here.
yes.
Sorry, if we have already contact like the contact you've on the VCC already, Laura, can I get the contact name and the contact details from interactions?
Yes, we're going there. We're going there.
Okay, so for example, if I need to avoid saving data, asking the agents to type the data twice, it's already coming the caller ID, and I have the name from the contact name, so I can save it to my SQL database automatically.
Yes, we are going there in a few examples, because that information is in the data source contacts, and I will get there in just a while. I will show you how to, for example, look for a contact that you already have and detect that contact.
So interaction and the context and the reporting data are built-in data sources. The one we have added is the form data.
Yes, we have now worked with reporting data, form data, and interactions. I will go into contacts in just a while. Contacts has the contact information, the name, the ID, and so. And do you see here? Do you see here? Wait. Do you see here? They already have the contact ID.
Yes, it has ID.
Yeah. So wait just a minute. We're going there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. I now have my ID stored here. And obviously, you can achieve to send any information here that you think is important. For example, you can send the agent, the campaign, any information that you want, you can send it. Obviously, with the ID, this will allow me to relate any interaction on inConcert. And if you have this, you already have the agent and every else and all the information for that. But if you want to, you can store that information here. Okay. I mean, this will allow you to know the agent, the disposition, whatever information you want regarding the interaction. With this, you can look at on inConcert. Okay. Obviously, if you want to have that information already in SQL, you can here have a column agent, campaign, whatever, and you will do the exact same thing that we just did here. Okay. Okay. So now let's do the third example. How can we send the information to Cassandra and to SQL? I'm going to create here. And I haven't shown you another example that is when I click save, I want my whole interaction to wrap up automatically. That's another thing I want to show you, okay? But we're going step by step, okay?
Okay, can we disable the wrap up button in that case?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to create a new form, right? And I'm going to put here index full, okay? Okay. I'm going to copy this here. And obviously, you can do one of these two things. You can relate this to form data or reporting data, and in the code, save the other one, okay? So for example, here, if I here have form data, obviously maybe here I'm going to put everything regarding reporting data because the second data source, I'm going to do it by code. But here, if you say, oh no, I'm going to set this to reporting data, and in the code, I am going to save the SQL, okay? Okay. So how can we achieve this? Let me put something here. Let's put a light orange. Okay. Okay. I'm going to copy this code because I will need it here. Okay. Okay. This is going so to reporting data, reporting data, reporting data, reporting data, reporting data. Okay. Okay. So in the code, I will need to save form data. Okay. Since I'm going to ask for form data in the code, I need to, sorry, let me close this, close this, close this. I will need to have another label related to form data not visible, okay? Okay, so here on the button save, on the before click, I'm going to put everything related to that form data, I want to set what? The full name, the telephone, the email, the city, and the comments. Okay. I can set here, for example, full name, txt, text input one dot get text. So what I'm doing here is set the full name in form data with this value. Okay. I will do the same with telephone, with email, with city, with comments. Okay. And that obviously will work. Okay. Let's change this to txt name. You can change the IDs to help you in the code, right? txt email, txt city, oops, I missed, txt comments, okay? And here I will put txt name. And I will show you that you have several ways to do this. Okay, telephone, email, city, comments. Okay, I will need to change this. Txt telephone, txt email, txt city, txt comments. Okay. Okay. I just set that, and here the button save is saving reporting data. Okay. So I can click do here from data.save. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oops, wait a minute. I need to change this. I need to change the sys integration to index full. Okay. Okay, now I have the orange one. Okay, so what happens here? I will put here Peter, Joe, okay. What happens if I save? Okay, data saved successfully. Do I have the information here? Yes. Let's end this. And do I have the information here? Let's see, I'm missing one. Yes. Do you see that now we're sending the information to both places? One with the design and the other one with the code. But wait, can I do this in a different way? Remember, do you remember that here on the data source, I also have other properties. For example, I can say to one field to do a copy from, right? So for example, if you don't want to do this, for example, this, sorry, this, and this, maybe I can achieve this exact same thing, not by code, but maybe I can set up this. Oh, copy this from interactions ID. Copy this from reporting data full name. Copy this from reporting data telephone. Copy this from reporting data email. Copy this from reporting data city, and copy this from reporting data comments. Okay. And I commented these lines. Let's see if this works. Okay. So let's put something here. I will put here Tom. So let's see. This works. Data save successfully. This didn't save to SQL. Let's see why. This didn't save. Form data save. Let's see. Reporting data save. Yeah, I see he didn't even trigger the save. So let's see. Interaction ID, reporting data, full name, telephone, email. Form data save. Form data interactions. So let me see. ID, full name. It only saved to Cassandra, it seems. Let me see. Interactions. ID, full name, telephone, email, city, comments. This is okay. Let me see, maybe it's because the ID form data safe. Let me see. Let's finish this. Licensing.
Laura, you are muted. If you are speaking, you're muted.
No, I just wanted to see because I think it's regarding to the ID. Maybe this copy from the interaction uh, does not work, but with the reporting data it does. Here I now see the information copied, and if I wrap up here, I should see it here. This is the other that I did, and this is now the one that I copied. What I want you to see, is you can achieve that from the code or from the copy from. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see. Okay, that you can copy the info from the code, or you can set up on here what do you want to copy. Okay, but wait a minute, do you see here that I'm saving this data source uh, in the code? Well, buttons has also, when you relay a button to one specific data source, you have these actions. But if you don't relate this to a specific data source, you have other actions. For example, sorry. Okay, close, save all, save and close, cancel all, and cancel and close. Okay, so for example, what does a save all does? A save all takes all the data source defined and does a save for each one. So for example, if I change this to save all, this will try to save interactions, form data, and reporting data. He will try to save the three things at the same time. Okay. So you won't have to do this anymore. Okay. But if you do this here, maybe, for example, if you have, imagine that you have something or a validation, you may be storing something that it's not complete yet. Okay. So if you put this is reporting data. Reporting data, save. We have for example, on the data sources, sorry, let me show you. We have a method. Yes, we have a method on the index. Here. Reporting data. It's ready to save. Okay, I'm going to dial. Okay, do you see I set up, for example, full name as required? Okay. Yeah, for example, if I do this save right now, ready to save. Maybe I'm writing this wrong. Let's see, just a minute. Let me see if I can search the correct name for the function, because this is case sensitive. Mhm. It's ready to execute. Save. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I had wrong the name of the method. Sorry. Okay, so do you see here index full on line 8? Yeah. So I am doing this. Okay. And why do you need to do this? Because if you don't put this, you may be saving something that it's not the final record, right? When you know that you are ready to execute the save because you met all the requirements, okay, now you can save on SQL. So because maybe its full name is required, if you don't put this, maybe on the reporting data you're getting an error, but you already save on SQL. Understood? So that's why you need to be very careful on how you do things. Okay. Okay. How do you automatize the wrap up process? Okay. We have one.
Sorry, Laura, for interruption, but do we
Yes.
have like manual or it's in the same manual in Spanish for
Sorry.
all the functions? Do we have a manual for those functions or it will be on the same manual in Spanish?
Yeah, I send you the manual. What I want you to try is to do the translate on Google. Did you see my email?
Yes, I have seen it, yes.
If you open the index HTML, can you perform the translate available in Google on the Chrome?
Okay, I will try to do it
Because
and I will send it.
because in my Chrome I don't have that option because it's already on Spanish. When you have the Chrome, for example, in English, and you are searching or you have opened a Spanish uh, page, Google's give you the option to translate it. Translate it.
Yes.
So that's what
Okay.
I want you to test. If that doesn't work, tell me, and I will try to have someone translating that documentation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so how can we achieve this finish inside the form? Okay, for that we can use inConcert's API. Okay, for example, I want to put my result here. Okay, result. Okay, and I already know that I have two two levels, right? This is 1 and this is 2, okay? So in that case, I will put 2 combos. Okay, I will put 1 and I will put 2. Okay, great. Okay. And I will, on the cell phone ready event, I will ask for the results that a campaign has. Okay. How can we achieve that? I'm going to copy one thing I need, and we're going to execute a method on inConcert. Okay. Okay. We're going to execute with Ajax on this URL a get method that is for the disposition codes. Okay. I'm going to ask here combo box 1. I'm going to call this combo 1 and I'm going to call this combo 2. Okay. What is this doing? This is taking the campaign interactions row that campaign and is calling for the administration with that specific campaign. This takes the disposition codes. And here I'm adding for each disposition code, I'm setting combo 1 at A3. Okay. What is doing this? Okay. Set reload frame. Oh, white. Unexpected token at 31. Let's see. I copied twice this. Let's see. Okay. What is this doing? Taking the first level. Incident request licensing. Do you see incident request licensing? Okay. And how we are going to have the second level? I will need to ask again that, okay, but I am going to set a combo 1 on change. When I trigger an on change, I always have 3 parameters on the on change: the index, the text, and the item. Index is the index of the row that you have selected. Text is the value of the item. An item, it's giving you the whole item that you have selected. For example, this index is 1, text, incident, and item will give you the whole item that you have enabled. Let me show you console log index, console log text, and console log item. Let me show you. And that's on the on change, right? So if you do this incident, for example, index is 1, text is incident, and item is incident. Item is when you have objects. You can also have here an object. In this case, you don't have an object, you just have a text, okay? So what will happen on the onChange? Well, here I'm setting up the dispositions. Okay, here. And here I'm going to ask again for that dispositions. I don't have to go again to the method. I'm going to where I have the dispositions for each disposition that it's incident, take the child. Okay, because here you can see, let me show you, when I reload this, okay, do you see the child's here? Solved and pending. So when I'm doing this incident, I have now solved and pending. If you don't, you have request, you have nothing here. Okay, that is for taking the results on the combos. Okay, but now how do I set the or I do the save? Okay, I will use another method from the API to do the disposition. Okay, but first, do you remember that, for example, we put require here on the before click, you will need to validate, for example, if you put this or this. So for example, if you only have one level, the first validation is that you need to have something here, right? But if you have something that has a child, a second level, you will also need to validate this, right? So maybe the first one, we can put it required, right? And we'll need to set up something for when touching this and it has more results to put this as required, right? I think we can do so here. Maybe here, console log entry. Let's see this object on the console. Okay. If I do this, yeah, 51. Let's see. Tiles. Let's see that length. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Let me not remove it. Let me comment these lines. Okay, let's see. So if I change this incident, my length is 2. So if I put here request, this is undefined. Okay, so maybe we can put a validation here. I think the validation will be if entry child's is not undefined, else. So if it's not undefined, that means I have something, right? And I will need to set up combo to set required true. And if I don't have anything, I will be putting set required false. Let's see if this works. Okay. So if I have this, this is not required. If I have this, this is required. Great. But I think, okay, I think this won't be enough. Because this has nothing to do with my reporting data. So if I fill this and I want to save, I think this will go on because I am not asking for the combos, right? So I think I have to do another validation here. Because I'm setting this required, yes, but I'm not controlling here whether I can save or not, okay? So I know here I have to do another validation, okay? How can we set up this? Okay, well, I already know the first combo is required. I can do it here. If combo one get text is equal to empty, I already know that something this ICC UE display message is to display a message within the form. Here I can display a message. Please enter the disposition. Okay, but what happens if I have another layer? Maybe I can use a flag here. I will use a flag here. Var I'm going to use var ready false. And I will put here ready true. And I will put here ready Let me think. No, no, ready? No, it's not. Required. Yeah, this name is better. Required true, required false. Okay. And I will say here, if required and combo to get text is empty, so if it's required and it's empty, please enter the level 2 disposition. And if it's not, I'm going to copy this because I don't have this in my workspace. I will do this. But how can I avoid the onClick function? I'm doing here the before click. How can I avoid the onClick? I will set up a return false. If the before click function returns false, that blocks the onClick function that is the save. Okay. So let's try this. I'm setting here, if reporting data is ready to save, I'm asking, does combo text is equal to empty? If it's empty, please enter the disposition. Enter the level 1 disposition. And if it's not empty, level 2 is required. I'm setting this here. If I have childs, I'm setting this required true. And if I don't have childs, I'm setting this to required false. Okay. So if it's required and combo 2 is equal to empty, please enter level 2 disposition. And if it's not, that means that everything's okay, right? Okay. And what do I have left? The save of the disposition. Okay. So to do the save, I will use another event of the button save named onPostExecute. So the onPostExecute is the event that follows the onClick. So it's before click, onClick, and onPostExecute. Okay. So here I have on the function 2 parameters, status and error. The status is true or false. True if everything went well with the onClick function, and false it's if something happened with the action. Okay. So I will put here if status means that everything went well. Okay. And if, yes.
Sorry, Lara.
And if status is false, it meant that something happened. Okay, let me copy this. Okay. Okay. And I will display a message here. Let me see. ICC we display message. An error occurred. Saving the form. Okay. And here is where I'm going to put the save. Okay. I'm going to be set timeout function. Finish interaction. I'll be here setting this finish interaction is what will trigger the instruction to finish the wrap up. Okay. For finish the interaction, I'm going to execute a request to the inConcert API. Okay. I'll be function finish interaction. Okay. Here is where I'm going to ask for the API. Okay. And it's something like this. Okay. Here's the request. The ID is the current ID, comment empty. This position is the object that I'm putting. Here I need to do something special because it's not always going to be the combo 2. And the tree path will be the path, this path. Okay. So I will here, this is for 2 levels. Okay. Level 2. And I will need to set up another for level 1 because here is for level 2 and I will be setting up another one for combo 1 for just combo 1. Okay. How do I know if I need 2 or 1? With the same flag. Okay. If required, I know I have 2. If not, I already know I have 1. Okay. Let me put it here. And I need to put this here, var request. If I have 2 levels, this will be my request. And if I have 2 levels, this will be 1 level, this will be the request. Okay. And I will send this. Okay. Why do I have this? Because I'm saving first the information and then I'm going to trigger the wrap up. Okay. I'm doing this. Okay. And here I will put the override finish. Okay. Okay, guys, can we continue tomorrow with this?
Okay, no problem.
Let's tomorrow review once again this code and try to do the repub. We have this, okay? And later I want to show you what can you achieve with contacts, because contacts has the name of the contact that I already have, okay? So how can we detect that we already or previously attended this contact? How can we set up, for example, the full name immediately without asking him, with asking the contact, and so, okay? So let's please continue this tomorrow and we'll be doing more examples, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
guys. Okay.
Sorry, Laura. We
Mhm.
are working, as Anwar told you, about one example with our that we talked about, and you have sent us the flow, the dynamic flow with the API. So we may need your support tomorrow if we have free time, or after tomorrow, with this scenario, with the process flow for this bot.
Okay. I think we're going to end this tomorrow, and we can move forward with that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great, guys. See you tomorrow. I'll be uploading the recording.
Okay, see you.
Bye bye.
Bye.